Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I had to think for a second because it literally is over 7 months since the previous episode, since I recorded any playthrough episodes, because real life came in between. I had to fix up my house, which I totally underestimated in regards to the time it took me. And then after that, I actually moved to another country for a better paying job. So it was over half a year no gaming for me, which is really weird. But finally, I am back at it again, chilling out in cool game worlds. Anywho, I checked. I really had to get my bearings back, so I watched part of the previous episode, episode 102. And let's first get into the game. And then, because the music, this menu music, is quite loud in my headset, I have to say. But here we go. Alright, maybe it's also nice, I already did it for myself, but for any person, if anybody watches this, but should somebody be watching it, to do a very quick recap of the main storyline, which is quite handy in this loading screen. So here we go. Welcome to the Divided Worlds. The year is 2029, 2 years after a madman's attempt to teach the world a lesson sent millions of mechanically enhanced people into a killing frenzy. Tensions between orcs and naturals have exploded since then. Extremists in both camps use violence to make their voices heard. Black market sales of weapons and augments have reached unprecedented heights, while the United Nations debates extreme measures to end the societal divide. Against this backdrop of chaos, one man will struggle to expose its true source: Adam Jensen, Interpol's newest counterterrorism agent. Spies and double agents. A last-minute tip from an undercover agent sent Jensen's strike team racing to Dubai. They hoped to arrest a dangerous arms dealer, yet midway through the operation, gold-masked, augmented mercenaries ambushed everyone. 1 week later, Jensen returned to his home base in Prague, arriving alone by train to meet someone in secret. Alex Vega, a member of an international network of activists, hackers and spies who call themselves the Juggernaut Collective, told him that his team was being manipulated. She was handing Jensen a listening device to plant in TF-29's holographic conferencing system when terrorist bombs exploded. Backstreet bargains. Jensen's augmentations had been damaged during the bombing and he needed a specialist to fix them. But what should have been a quick detour to see his doctor turned into a lot more when he found Dvali gangsters in Collar's shop. Collar did get Jensen's augments back online, though, and in the process discovered some highly experimental augments hidden inside the agent systems. Using them could be dangerous unless Jensen retrieved a neuroplasticity calibrator from elsewhere in the city. Conflicts of interest. After checking in at work, Jensen planted Vega's listening device inside the NSN's motherboard, despite the fact that his boss Jim Miller was using the holographic system. Miller then ordered Jensen to his office and told him to look into the train station attack. Doing so wouldn't be easy. State police were claiming jurisdiction, playing politics and getting in the way. They believed an organization named the Augmented Rights Coalition had orchestrated the attack, but Miller needed Jensen to prove it. To do so, he'd have to return to the scene of the crime. Circumventing evidence. Jensen returned to Rutsika station as ordered, only to discover that state police had forcibly ejected TF-29's forensic specialist from the scene. Apparently, Smiley had spotted evidence they didn't want the task force to see. Jensen acquired the device anyway and was bringing it to the TF-29 for analysis when Miller called with a new lead. One that would put Jensen inside Golem City, Prague's notorious Orc ghetto. Before he could go anywhere, however, TF-29's new psychologist had to clear him for active duty. Whispers from the shadows. En route to TF-29's offices, Jensen received an urgent call from Vega. The bug he placed in the NSN's motherboard had uncovered signs of a conspiracy. Vega played the recording to Jensen when they met inside an abandoned limb clinic. It sounded as if Miller had received orders to frame Ark for multiple attacks, including a break-in at the pharmaceutical giant VersaLife. Jensen told Vega to investigate the break-in while he met his boss at TF-29's private helipad. Apparently Miller wanted Jensen to fly to Golem City to arrest Ark's terrorist leader. Murky waters. Jensen had orders to bring Thales Brooker in alive, but the man who promised to lead him through Ark headquarters had been arrested in a police raid, forcing Jensen to infiltrate the place on his own. Halfway there, he encountered Viktor Marchenko, another member of Ark who claimed Rucker and his group were peaceful, while also making it clear that Jensen would get hurt if he didn't turn around. Jensen soldiered on regardless, eventually confronting Rucker in person. But just as the doctor turned activist was revealing who the real terrorists were, someone or something killed him. Going rogue. Back in Prague, on our raid, Miller confronted Jensen before taking off for Golem City. One moment, guys. I'm just in like a new apartment. I heard some noises that I don't recognize yet. Back in Prague and Iraq, Miller confronted Jensen before taking off for Golem City. His departure offered Jensen the chance to break into Miller's... Oh shit, I forgot to put the timer. One moment. The chance to break into Miller's apartment in order to investigate him. Finding and stealing Miller's NSN card enabled Jensen to see more of the man's earlier conversation with his boss, Joseph Manderley. But what Jensen saw was shocking. A third conspirator ordering Manderley to kill Rucker using something called the Orchid. Jensen told Vega to alert Janus, leader of the Juggernaut Collective, while he continued his TF-29 investigation by meeting Smiley. Alright, that is where we are. And here we are in a cellar somewhere. Already read this e-book, or whatever they're called. Yes, these are e-books. There was one thing. Yes, what I saw in the previous episodes was that there's a glitch, and apparently also that previous episode crashed all at the end. And I think maybe even the episode before that as well, because I saw a recording which was quite short, only 20 minutes. But if you do smart vision, you see that outline of some kind of rectangular item with a turret over there and some electrical hazards. It's just following Jensen around. So this is somehow fixed to his body. So it could be that the game, if it's baked into the shape, that it becomes more unstable and maybe crashes more. If so, if it crashes repeatedly, I think there's nothing else I can do than load up an earlier save and go from there. But the problem is that I think what I saw from the previous episode, I was already investigating it a bit. This is already, that item is probably from an underground section, and that is way back, like hours and hours back. So I really want to have to avoid starting over from a save like 10 hours back. But alright, let's just hope for the best. Then the other thing I saw in the previous episode is that first let's get outside, because in the episode the music may not be that loud.
Yes.
But in my headset it really is quite loud. Yeah, we already read this one. Alright, maybe we will read the left one. Palisade centralizing secrets. Lit lag top story. Samizdat is all about truth and information, which is why we consider the greatest thing to happen to Prague in the last 15 years to also be the worst. The creation of the Palisade Bank in 2017 created a welcome surge in the economy and put Prague back on the map, improving everyone's quality of life. Or did it? Since then, thousands of companies and their powerful owners have hidden behind those treacherous walls, allowing many to conveniently sidestep normal regulation or transparency in their business practices. But it's not the corporation who apparently pay the highest price for such secrecy. When a Palisade employee recently attempted to steal sensitive data, the aspiring thief was efficiently terminated by the bank's alarmingly lethal security systems. Proud parents of the Palisades, Talwar and Oshiro, presented this as an unfortunate but reassuring example of why their clients can consider their private data safe. Whether true or just another corporate cover-up, the fact that the human employee was in a position to compromise the world's most secure data bank must worry those with invested interests. For now, one thing is painfully clear. If you decide to keep your secrets inside the Palisade Bank, don't forget your password. Alright, the right one we already read earlier. Check if anything is over here. Palisade Bank expands beyond Prague. The Palisade Bank Corporation has unveiled plans to expand its holding in the Czech Republic. We will be doubling the number of technical and administrative jobs locally, said Palisade CEO Shani Talwar, while building new data storage facilities in 4 cities. Ostravea, Olomouc, Slin and Kladno are expected to top the list. Headquartered in Prague, the Palisade Bank Corporation is the largest and most prestigious secure corporate archiving company in the world. Catering to mega corporations and the wealthy, it uses cutting-edge physical and digital security measures, including next-generation firewalls, state-of-the-art encryption, proprietary biometric passport encoding, and more. This will be the bank's first major expansion since the Oak incident, the second since 2025, when automated defenses inside the storage facility killed an engineer. Her death drew international attention until it was proven she'd been trying to access a client's accounts. First Life CEO unfazed by declining stocks. New York editorial. First Life stocks already down 6% from last quarter continued to perform poorly as investors took note of declining neuropathy sales. CEO Bob Page assured stockholders not to worry though, since cutting-edge research into infectious diseases and genome-based cures should turn a profit very soon. Chop versus Butch. Acronym Full Collection. There is a better solution. MoodX, mood stabilizers. Pretty funny commercial to the bottom right. Like a woman committing suicide, jumping off a bridge into the water. That's at least how I interpret the picture. Then they say there's an alternative. A little bit late for this woman, but okay. Anywho, I was telling what I read in the previous episodes, or saw in the previous episodes.
I believe you have a date with whatever's on that disc. This was strictly professional. No hard feelings.
Right, we also interacted with him. I really forgot what the whole side story was, but it will be in episode, I think 101 or 102.
This was strictly professional. No hard feelings.
Or maybe a little bit earlier even. Then I went away, and then in the previous episodes I was not here because of him, but I was just exploring the area. So I think the interaction with him might be a couple of episodes earlier. And this is the police agent we also interacted with.
We did everything we could. Feel free to get me some coffee. I take it black as a night in the morning.
Dám si ještě.
Feel free to get me some coffee. I take it black as a night in the morning.
Dej si s náma pivo,
Odchod z
kamaráde.
Prahy není žádný důvod k oslavě.
Pretty cool that they actually speak Czechian.
Tam já v noci
Czech.
nechodím. Fakt.
Alright, is this a new one? I have no idea. Update 7.2, new regulations for augmented citizens. All augmented citizens of Prague will be required to carry a T73 permit verification card by the end of the month. Please allow for a 2 to 3 week application processing period. In conjunction with an I-15 authentication card and a valid R-Class augment license, the T73 allows our government officials to better identify and serve the unique needs of our augmented citizens. These updated regulations also allow us to ensure that our augmentation quotas are not being exceeded. Please keep in mind that our institutions are equipped to meet the specialized needs of only so many. Augmented citizens are also reminded to keep all documentations on their person at all times. Law enforcement officials have been made aware of the new regulations and may ask you to provide proof of valid documentation. For more information, please visit the closest government kiosk, open from 3 to 4:15 on Tuesday and 12:45 till 14:30 on Mondays. City of Prague here to serve you better. Pretty funny. They're barely open. They're 1 hour on Tuesday and almost 2 hours on Mondays. Crazy. Pretty funny. This is a new one because I got experience points from it. Anywho, let's see if the music stops now.
That's impressive.
It hurts.
Right.
So much.
It's still all quite loud, but whatever. Anywho, there we are now for the second time in the story in Prague. There was a first time at the beginning where the game starts, like in the apartment complex in Zelen over here. The Jensen apartment is, I think,
We've taken
at
away
the
everything. This is my life.
third floor, I think.
Děkujeme za spolupráci během stavu nouze.
You know what? Let's go in there because it's. Maybe I will just
Man, I need a hit. Fuck.
turn down the. Holy shit. Maybe I should turn down the volume. Because if I'm playing by myself, it's not too loud. But when I'm doing commentary, I really cannot hear my voice. And then I automatically start to talk very loud. And I'm here in a new apartment, and I think the walls are quite thin. But I don't really want to immediately annoy the neighbors. Right, I thought that was Jensen's apartment. Maybe it's the one down below, but over there was police. No. It's pretty weird. Pretty sure that was his apartment. Probably forgot since it was 7 months ago since I last played this. Over 7 months ago, but I forgot what happened. Anywho, so this is the second time we are in Prague, and apparently there is this information dealer that you can buy tips from to get to points of interest, which are just fun little side activities. And I did so during this second visit in Prague. I noticed him, but I wasn't aware of him during the first visit at the start of the game, so I didn't buy anything from him. And apparently, once you leave Prague, you come back, those first points of interest, it's just not in his inventory anymore, which is retarded. Why not keep it there? And instead of having 2 at the first section and 2 at the second, why not then have 4 at the second if you forgot to pick them, to buy them during your first visit in Prague? But yeah, that baffles the mind. But anyways, I wanted, before continuing with the main mission, is that we have to go to the TF-29, Task Force 29 office to talk to Smiley, because he was investigating some materials, a digital storage device that we picked up at the bomb site. That's the main mission, and then the side mission, oh shit. These 2 are in progress, but they are now checkmarked, so nothing to do here anymore. One is the origin of the mysterious ox that were implanted in Adam's body without him knowing, and the other one is as well. These both are related to side mission 3, the mystery ox. But then we also have these 2 points of interest, and these are come indeed from that guy called, you see it in the first sentence, called Casatel. So we will be checking out these 2 locations just for fun. But before doing that, I looked up the 2 locations that he sold that I didn't buy, but during the first time in Prague. And I will read it now from the site fandom.com. Alright, Prague first visit. Shots fired. An intercepted police communication I bought from Casatel. That's that same information dealer. Spoke of reports of gunfire near the chicken foods. Gunfire in Prague isn't exactly rare these days, but I could take a look at what happened if I'm passing by. This point of interest is given by data file 1 purchased from Casatel. Casatel can be found in the small courtyard right outside Zelen Apartments. I will show where that is. It's actually pretty stupid that I didn't notice him first time around. Because I did see him, but I just did not interact with him. I think he was just over here.
Please. I'm so tired. How am I supposed to stay warm with no food in my belly?
Or it was there, or it was...
Spolupráce s příslušníky státní policie je povinná. Pro svou vlastní bezpečnost.
Some kind of a raid over there. Or it was maybe over here. Yeah, I think he was standing in the back
The
of
whole
there.
city is going to pieces.
Anywho, the point of interest is given once the pocket secretary message is read. The destination is Helena Volin's apartment. Head to the fake police checkpoint and, using either the Clipspringer jump mod or the nearby lift, get onto the roof of the archway and make your way over to the balcony and enter the apartment. Right, and Helena Volin. One moment. Is a character mentioned in Deus Ex Mankind Divided. She has an apartment above the police checkpoint at the northeast part of Kaska. This apartment, which she shares with Peter Vollen, is also the destination for the shots fired point of interest. Right, it's a very long description, biography, I'm not going to read it. But she is an artist apparently. And I am pretty sure that the police checkpoint they were talking about, I already cleared it.
Move along and do not interfere!
Only...
This is not right. You cannot be treating us this way. Where is the proof?
And it has to be a violation of our rights.
I'm getting the jitters here.
Alright, here was a fake police checkpoint. Then I guess the apartment we need to check out is over there. Probably I've already checked it out by myself. Right. I can almost make it. Like so? Yeah, I think I may have already checked this out. Let's save the game. Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all at the start I was here. See if there's anything I may have overlooked. What they're called again? Biocell, I think. Here, I already unlocked it, this one I think. Yeah, this is the right apartment. Alright, let's read it again because I totally forgot what it says. Lena, I spoke with the bank. This is from Peter Volin to Helena Volin. Closing the account. I spoke with the bank and they're expecting you. I already signed, so you can just remove all the money and close the account. Try not to worry. I share your concerns, but what choice do we have? Without a permit, we're going nowhere and we're not getting one from the government. They've made that clear enough. When we were young, we used to go to concerts and pay the scalpers twice. Sometimes 3 times the original ticket prices. This is the same thing. When we get to Rombbb, we can worry about the next steps and use the other half of the money. That young girl may have made us feel like beggars when she was explaining the cost, but a loan from Santon might be the only way. I know it was heartbreaking for you to part with some of the things we had to sell, but we still have our work, the purpose of a better life to look forward to. This will be worth it, I promise you. I'll see you at home later this evening. Take care. It's pretty nice how this game is looping back in itself with several characters in the game worlds being referenced elsewhere. Like for instance, I think it mentions here, like that young girl may have made us feel like beggars when she was explaining the cost, but a loan from Santo, blah blah blah. There's like this metro station in this area, and there was this young girl promoting Santo and I think the whole Rombbb augmented people city Valhalla that they are planning. I think that is the girl that they are referencing here, and it's really nice because it makes you feel that the world is bigger than the player or Adam Jensen alone. Because we were not, as a player, the only party seeing that girl promoting Rombbb in the metro station. But these people, the Peter and Helena Volin, also encountered her. So that makes it feels like stuff is happening outside, that the world is bigger and than what the player only himself or herself experiences, which is very nice game design, I must say. Alright, your payment with many thanks. Jacob Sambon to Helena Volin. Helena and Peter, I wanted to let you know personally that the money has been transferred to your account and express my appreciation another time for the wonderful work of art you have brought into this world. I cannot wait to see how it looks on the walls of my new home in Rombbb. It may not be my place to tell you what to do with the money you have just received, but if you have time for the opinion of a patron, I would like to recommend that you consider going to Rombbb yourself. I've watched Santos CEO Nathaniel Brown more than once on television speaking of how the city will provide a haven for augmented people to be able to express themselves without fear of public opinion. Artists such as yourself would thrive there, I'm sure. The cost is significant, but certainly worth it to be out of Prague. Imagine walking the streets, the warm sun upon every augmented head, surrounded by our kind, and never having to worry about bigots or violence. If Brown is right, then I can only imagine opportunities galore for you both. Every new city attempting to make its mark in the world must encourage great art, especially one as remarkable as Rombbb. Whatever your decision, I wish you both the very best and hope someday to see you again. Good luck in your endeavors and farewell. Yours sincerely, Jacob Sambon. Alright. That was this. Already read that one. Let's see, augmented artists. International galleries have seen an increased demand for marginal artists, including works created by the augmented. This may seem controversial to some, but the art world has never shied from that. In fact, augmented artists may have found a powerful ally in the form of Nathaniel Brown, CEO of the Cento Group. A professed art connoisseur, Brown has already undertaken to open an impressive art gallery in Rombbb. He also plans to offer grants specifically to augmented artists to come live and work in his desert oasis. I think the augmented, due to their particular nature and the nature of their enhancements, create art differently, says Brown. They may well influence a whole new movement, and I encourage other patrons of the arts in Rombbb and elsewhere to embrace these artists. The fact remains that for now, augmented artists remain at the fringe and that getting to Rombbb to enjoy what seems to be enviable artistic freedom may be well beyond most. Alright, we already read that one because I didn't get any experience points. And I wonder, I see like an air vent over there. Alright, but let's consider this Volin apartment point of interest completed. Check it out. Thank you. There's so much nice detail in this world. This is really what I missed for more than half a year. This game is so amazing. I already figured out more here. This is the Rombbb city. But anyways, this game, others, I have it from other commenters. But this game really puts quality over quantity, and I am totally on board with that approach. Instead of generic copy-paste stuff that you see in most so-called huge open worlds. The generic copy-paste assets and repetition. Because the size of the world is all that matters in many developers' minds, and they couldn't be farther from the truth. It's all herd mentality. There are only a couple of developers that really get it, so to say. Stay the course. For instance, Hideo Kojima, although he also went semi-open world with Death Stranding, yeah, and FromSoft from Dark Souls also as well. So they are all following the herd as well, unfortunately. But I must say, I think this is Square Enix, this publisher. The developer, I'm not even sure, maybe that's Square Enix. They actually, stuck to their guns. And it's an amazing game. Unfortunately, like so many games, criminally underrated, I think. And because of the lackluster reviews, which weren't bad, but which also were not like amazing, a sequel is still pending, and I'm really looking forward to the sequel for this game. Sorry, but I really am trying to find that grate over there. Hello.
Here we go. You got a place to stay, Clank? I'd get back there if I were you.
Alright. I already checked it out, but I'm gonna quickly check it out anyways. And then we will quickly do that second point of interest. Probably not this episode anymore. Or maybe if I'm quick.
Sounds like they used the
It
fountain.
could very well be that this is the second point of interest, which I also already explored. At least I'm pretty sure. If I read this. Yeah, I didn't get any experience points, so I already read that one. Alright, and where was that air vent?
Surprised their clothes seem so clean. It's unusual.
Yeah, first I want to... I already opened these drawers. Ah, no. Still something in there. Where is that air vent? I don't get it. I don't know if I have the Icarus landing system. So I'm a little bit cautious with jumping from grade 8s. This gravity is a little bit too sharp, I must say. Too clean, this texture. It had to be more faded and eroded to be believable. But these bricks and stuff, there's so much nice detail in this world. Here, the electricity wires, or whatever they are. The leaves. Man, let's check out how old this game
Or
is.
marshmallows, or something.
I would say at least 2017 or something. Alright, Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
So hungry and cold and lonely.
One moment. Deus.
I can't live like this anymore.
Yeah, 2016. So that's 6 years ago. And it still looks amazing.
Prosíme o spolupráci za všech okolností.
Wish I had a coat. A nice warm coat.
Where is that freaking crate? I see it over here. There it is. So I went to the other side and... Ah, maybe I know what to do. Let's climb the roof. Tip, toss explosive object at enemies and then use focus enhancement to target and shoot the object at the perfect moment. That's a good tip. Versalife, founded in 1976 as Versatile Life Solutions, the pharmaceutical giant known as Versalife didn't turn a profit until 2016. So that is 40 years later. The year Page Industries bought it. 4 years later, Darrow Industries sold Versalife its patent on neuropathy, the drug every augmented person needs to survive, and the company's fortunes took off. Today, Versalife researchers work on lucrative cures for mainstream diseases like cancer and AIDS in cutting-edge facilities all over the world. Their future never looked brighter. Tip, to maintain your cloak, the glass shield oak needs power. The faster you move, the more energy it consumes. Right. I have the feeling that the game doesn't want me to climb that roof, although there is like a little fence over there, or railing. Also looks a bit like it should be possible to climb. Oh. On the timer. Maybe if we go, the door is locked. Getting there. Damn it. I cannot really turn stuff. Yes, come on. You can do it, Adam. The chair needs to move. Chair cannot move. We will just put it over the chair, like so. Shit. Alright, we go through the window. And go up here. And then we will... Ah, shit. The game, I really made that jump, but the game doesn't want me over there. Alright, let's at least try, sorry for the talking and stuff, but it's also for me to get back into the game world after more than 7 months. Tip, civilians carry no items and provide you with no XP when you kill them, I think it says. But at least let's try that grating, because I really find it annoying. Well, I cannot find it. Now I cannot find it at all anymore. There it is. That one. What am I missing? Also the little detail with even the writing on little discarded coffee cups. Okay, imagine this game with ray tracing.
spolupráci během stavu nouze.
It's gone.
Don't see any way in those apartments. What I find weird is that I'm looking from this side.
Here comes another one.
I don't see the
Keep
grating
walking
anymore.
till you fall off.
The premises are secure. Continue generators.
Nothing new.
Let them deal with it.
There must be a way.
Hey, does anyone hear a cranking sound?
Here, I find it weird that I don't see it from over here. Alright, that's the apartment over there. Ah, maybe here? It's just super weird because that is the checkpoint. We are now not that far away.
Having to be with the hunters.
Living like this.
From oh, wait, you can also get on top of there. I think I already was there. I think through an elevator on the other side. Shit. Shit. Oh fuck. I'm screwed. Or, yeah, I'm pretty screwed. I fell through the game world.
Život vypadá v katalogu hezky, co? Plno příležitostí a naděje. Ale pak, když
I
ho
have no idea what you're saying. Man, I have to stop the episode. There used to be a lift over here. Ah, here's one.
Dává větší smysl, že ten popovej
I don't think you can drive these.
No way. Sir?
Alright, but if I cannot drive them, it's not in the correct spot. At least we did find a new apartment. Oh shit.
Nothing to report on these filthy streets.
Nothing here. Alright, maybe I'm about to just give up. But I still find it really weird. I am now in the correct spot, I would say.
What the hell?
I go over here? Ah, that's it. That's the crate I was looking for. Nice. Alright, at least I found it. Damn it.
Radíme všem občanům, aby se vyhýbali
Adam, what are you doing?
prostranstvím a pokud možno nevycházeli z domu.
Here. That is the one I was looking for. I missed. So that would be... Yeah, that's that one, right? Pretty sure it is. I think I even already checked it out. Earlier. I think quite some items, maybe a little bit different in layout. Oh shit! Oh, god damn it! I just had it in the correct orientation. Ah, you can change the orientation. God damn it. Alright, here we go. No more kidding around. Just put it on here. Damn it. Alright, I'm doing it the other way. Like so. We were already cleared out. That is where the augmentation specialist, I think, has his shop in the basement. We did that earlier when we were in Prague. Anyways, finally I found that freaking crate. I was the square behind over there. I was looking for it. I was just one little alleyway too far. Ah, screw it. This is the one that I already was. Now we look back to that Volin apartment. Right, that's stupid. I overlooked it. Anyways, in the next episode we will be checking out that other point of interest from the first Prague visit, and then we will immediately also doing the 2 points of interest from the second Prague visit where we are now. So those are actually real active points of interest. The one I did this episode and the one I will be starting the next episode with, I actually found them through the internet because they were not available in-game anymore. If you didn't buy them from the information seller before leaving Prague for the first time, which I didn't, so I couldn't get it anymore in-game. Anyways, a lot of talking from my side, sorry for that, but as mentioned, it has been a long while and it was, I just took my time to slowly but surely get back into this game world. Still hope you enjoyed it somewhat, and it has been a while, but I enjoy saying goodbye with my motto, and that is always not forget, so never forget to always keep on gaming. See you later.